I'm here, my
Crow.
brother. Yeah, what's up?
It was just your birthday.
It was.
Happy birthday again.
Thank you.
But there was a little discrepancy.
Which one?
During your birthday. Well, number one, we went to the Cheesecake Factory, which we will discuss because we have very different opinions on that establishment.
Okay.
So we will review that in just a moment. But the Cheesecake Factory was in a mall.
Yes.
We had an hour wait to go to the Cheesecake Factory.
Yep.
And there was, I think, maybe a disrespectful move on my part. I think I offended you on your birthday.
How?
You don't remember this?
No. What you do?
I believe I slighted you by basically having a birthday party for you without you being there.
Definitely did.
So I'm gonna let you take the mic and explain what I did.
So we had to wait 50 minutes for our seats to be ready. So we said, okay, let's go out and check one of the stores. You remember the name? It was
something
Burlington Rack, something like that.
Something Racks.
Yeah. So we went to the store. Now, Pastor immediately, he wanted to check it out anyway. So I was like, okay, they're gonna be here for a few minutes. So I went in there. I was like, oh, let me see if I can find something.
You and Jay.
Yep, me and Jay. We went in there. I was like, let me see if I can find anything for myself. I actually got in there. I was like, oh, I actually found like two things: a nice belt. Nice belt and some shoes, some dress shoes / boots, and they were fire. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, they got to be around here. We're walking around the store for about 10 minutes. Like, where are they? Where are they? These guys are outside, roaming the bottom floor of the mall, riding these little rides, scooters. Fucking unicorns and whatever else.
It was a giraffe.
And it's a giraffe. I don't know what it was. You ain't had no video. Shooting airsoft guns. This guy had like a whole. Did not even say, "Hey guys, we're stepping out real quick. We're over here real quick." We're like walking around like, where are these guys? She goes, "Oh, I'll text them." So I text, no answer. Then I call.
Text who? Me?
Yeah, the group.
The group. Okay.
So I'm like, all right, call. Hey, yo, you missed it. We were riding around. We had a. I said, no, this motherfucker did not just say he was doing some activities with him and Pastor, and then he would say, hey, we're gonna be over here. Because I would have made what I did faster if I knew these guys got bored in the store. Pastor and him got bored in the store and went outside. We wasn't doing a full shopping. We were just hanging around, seeing if we found anything, and waiting for these guys to let us know when they were done.
You were offended.
I was offended. Ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. This guy. I would have loved to do some airsoft shooting. You know what I'm saying?
That was boring.
It was boring?
It was boring.
Really?
But let me tell you what happened.
What happened?
This is my side of the story. All right?
Let's talk about it.
This is my side now. What happened was, as soon as you guys went into Nordstrom Racks, as soon as I saw your bodies going in there, all of y'all, the first thought in my head was, as soon as they turn around, I'm leaving the store. That was my thought immediately. So I'll take ownership for that right there. I said, as soon, and then Pastor turned around to look at me and started talking to me. And I'm like, stop talking to me. Leave me alone. Because I want to leave. So he's talking to me and talking about something. I have no idea what he's talking about. And I'm just like, And I think he gets the vibe that I'm like, yeah. Just yanking him to death. He leaves and I go, perfect. Pew! I'm out. I'm gone. And I have no idea what I'm going to do. I just say, I might find a hot topic. That's what I was like, I'll roam into a hot topic. Okay. And then I would just wait for you guys to be done. Like, give it a few minutes. Either you text me or I text you and see what happens. Mm-hmm. What happened was I emerged into the middle of the mall and there was like the carts, like I wrote in the last one, where you could rent a car and ride around the mall.
I guess that's a new thing.
And it was big. I never seen that before until this, especially this time. I saw it two times now. Mm-hmm. But this one was with animals. So I said, "Oh fuck yeah, they're shopping, they're shopping." I don't want to be there, especially because when I did roam around a little bit, And I saw you and Jay. You guys were very occupied. So I'm like, they're good. And then I saw a shirt that was a T-shirt that was $50. And I said, not my store. Never did, never will. Fuck that. So
I saw this $400 jacket that was actually really, it looked so good on me. I said, one day.
Put on layaway.
I don't know. Did
keep going, go back. They probably still got it.
I didn't know.
It was a thing back in the day. So I emerge into this glorious middle of the mall where they have this stand, and I grab a car. Okay. And I start driving. I get 5 minutes. So I'm riding around. And I said, okay, let me see what the group's doing now that I'm done. So I call Pastor. I'm like, what are you guys doing? He said, I'm checking out. So I said, all right, if you're checking out, then come find me, and we'll wait for these two to be done. So then he got on a cart, and we start riding around. Then we were like, all right, they're still not done. So I wasn't checking my phone, by the way. I had my phone on D&D.
Wow.
It was done.
Wow.
Because I'm with him now. So I'm like, Pastor's going to be in charge of all this. He's going to get the word. So then we end up, we didn't mean to go into the airsoft place. We were going to go upstairs, and I saw a gun. And I said, oh, a gun. Let me go see what that's about.
Like a 6-year-old boy.
Yeah, a gun. And they were like, hey, you can shoot this for $20. And I'm thinking we could shoot each other or something fun.
Wow.
It was like, I thought we were going to go to a back room and start wilding out on like targets.
Yeah.
It was like, you get this gun for $20 and you stand at the desk and shoot little targets across the room.
Okay.
So I was like, boring, whatever. Then you called. Or something happened, and then I admittedly was like, "Yo, we just had a whole birthday party without you. We had mad fun. That was messed up." I was like, "We have mad fun right now." Blah blah blah. And then we got to Cheesecake Factory, and then you were like, I could see it in your face. You were like, "These motherfuckers here." What had happened was
there's no excuse.
I did not mean to cut you out of any fun. Number one, the fun happened along the way. You just weren't there.
This guy. Whatever makes you feel better about your experience.
Number two, it was your birthday, right? So I know you like shopping. You like those clothes. I don't know to say you like shopping, but
I'm about to say I like shopping.
You were looking at clothes like this. You were looking at shirts like this. So I'm like, you and Jay looked interested. You look occupied. I don't know where Pastor was because I ran away from him. Mm-hmm. Y'all didn't even see me, I don't think. I saw you. Yeah. I saw you guys. So I said, all right, they're having fun. I'm not having fun.
We literally went in there because a pastor went in there.
You looked interested. Because you kept asking about it.
Yeah, because I wanted to see what type of stuff, like what was so big about because of pastor. So I was like, okay, if pastor making like is all this nice thing for a discount, I was like, oh, it's like supposed to be like big thing.
Right. So you're interested,
but that's it. But it was not like oh my god, I can't wait to shop and be there.
But what I'm saying is, what I'm getting to is, I'm not gonna be like in any way gonna walk up to you and be like, I'm leaving right now, because I don't want you to feel like you gotta rush out. You're having a good time. You're having fun. I'm not gonna bother you.
Man, that shit was stressful.
I'm not gonna walk up to you like, hey, I'm bored, I'm leaving. I'll just leave and we'll reconvene later. I didn't see anything wrong with it at the time.
Me and Jay literally just said, because I was like, oh, is there anything that I need for the side, for whatever, for the weddings coming to the summer or whatever? She's like, oh, actually, all the stuff that you actually need for your wardrobe, I already have it in a cart online. So I was like, oh, bet. So we could just wait for them. And then we were just accidentally just found those shoes. She's like, oh my God, these shoes are one of the shoes that I really wanted you to get. This style right here. I was like, oh, really? Cool. And I was like, put the shoes on there. It was memory foam.
You got nice Steve Madden boots.
Yo, fire. So I'm like, oh, never had something like this. And that's it.
Waiting
for everybody else.
What I'm saying is, I'm not going to interrupt your day by saying I'm bored.
Oh, you're just going to interrupt my day by having more fun than me.
I didn't know that was going to happen. I had no clue. I thought I was going to go get like a pretzel.
You're a bastard.
Or go to Hot Topic. And they'd be like, maybe I would have texted you and say, hey, I'm at Hot Topic when you guys want to meet up. It just so happened that I just started having mad fun. And I'm like, well, they're having fun. So I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to ruin your fun.
I wasn't having fun, but thank you.
I'm not going to ruin people's fun. That's one thing I don't like to do, is like bring down the group. So that's what I didn't want to do. That's what I thought in the moment. Now in hindsight and from other people's opinions, it was disrespectful because I didn't even let you know at all.
Exactly.
I didn't even say anything, but I thought even sending a text would be like, oh, this motherfucker here, like, this is my birthday, and I want to do this, and now he's over here. Now we got to find his ass.
I still felt that way.
I
still felt that way when I was like, this guy.
When I went missing. I thought you didn't even notice me gone.
We were waiting on y'all.
I thought my presence was not even noticed.
I thought I was like, oh, we're in the group. We're going to stay as a group. All right, boom.
No, I asked people about this. I was like, am I wrong? And they were like, you are dead wrong. You are dead wrong because you didn't even give him a chance. I thought I was bothering everybody.
I would have loved to be on those damn little animal things.
Yeah, well, it was fun. I went for 10 minutes straight, riding around. The gun was a waste of money.
That gun thing sounded fun.
It was $20 for nothing. It was dumb. I wanted to shoot past it with it.
Funny enough, laser tag was upstairs too.
Yeah, well, we could have done that. I guess if I would have let anybody know anything. So I do apologize because I should have let people know, but I don't like to be a nuisance only when I want to be. Only when it's fun.
Crazy enough. He's always a nuisance, but apparently to that day,
well, I'm not always a nuisance. That's not true. That's not true at all. I leave people alone. I leave people alone. The only person I'm a nuisance to is most likely Stephanie the most.
Definitely
That's
Stephanie.
It. So, and we all know that she's not talking to me right now. So
okay.
And that was the other thing. It's like, well, then Stephanie wasn't talking to me, so I'm like, I'm already annoying one person. So let me not make two. Two of my friends hate me.
Yeah, he already annoyed me.
2 friends hate me.
Too late. Annoyed.
So another thing I had to hold back on was my thoughts about the Cheesecake Factory, because as soon as you said I want to go to the Cheesecake Factory on the phone, as soon as you hung up, me and Pastor went, oh, like both simultaneously. We were like, as soon as you were gone, we were like, oh my God. We were like, it's his birthday, so we have to go. But we do not want to go. The Cheesecake Factory is, in my family at least, and in my circle of people, besides maybe 1 or 2, not including you, notoriously overpriced for what you get. Mm-hmm. What did you think about the establishment?
Definitely overpriced.
What did you drop on your plates?
My order it only came up to...
What was it? Mine came out. Well, I'll tell you about mine.
$15.
15?
15, yeah.
No way.
I believe so.
No
That's
way.
What I looked at it. Yeah.
15, what do you think 15, about what do you think about it?
The meal?
About the whole day, the whole cheesecake day. You got in. We had to wait an hour.
I didn't mind the vibe.
You liked the vibe.
I liked the vibe.
It was dark in there. I didn't think you would like that.
It was dark,
but
not as
bat cave.
Not as dark as I thought it would be. Like, it was more light than I expected.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, okay. But I liked how full it felt. I like how the
environment.
It
was full, all right.
I liked the
full of people.
I like the energy. I like that.
You like the energy of the place.
Yeah, I did like the energy.
Just the vibe.
Just the vibe.
Uh-huh.
I could see. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Me and Jasmine liked it.
Mm-hmm. And the food? Give a review. A full review.
I bet.
Because I'm gonna get to mine.
Honestly,
so you better get yours off.
The food, my first meal from that place was great.
Okay.
My first meal from there was great. The rice, not the best rice in the world.
Oh, we're gonna get to that.
But whatever, the shrimp and the pineapple, I was like the chicken and shrimp, yeah, was great. I liked it. I was like, okay, cool. The energy there seemed like it just took too long. It
was very packed, so food took a while.
However, I don't mind packedness, right? Because when I'm with good company, that doesn't even matter to me.
Except when it's in Walmart.
Except when it's in Walmart.
You having panic attacks.
I having panic attacks.
Walmart, you can't go into when it's more of a vast space and less cluttered than the Cheesecake Factory. I was in the Cheesecake Factory being like, just shoot me now. I don't like it. It's too many people. I don't want to eat around all these people.
I felt like I was a ghost. I didn't feel like I was...
Remind me to talk about the ghost, because I think that place is haunted.
You think that place is haunted?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
We'll talk about it in a second.
Yeah.
So your woman loved it.
Yeah.
She liked it, right?
Yeah.
So you done?
It. Well, yeah.
So this is what happened with me. I had indigestion that day, so I couldn't eat what he had, which was pineapple shrimp
pineapple
and rice.
Shrimp. Yeah.
And because it said it was spicy, right? This is going to come into play. Said spicy on it. So I said, I can't have that. I got that indie. So I said, let me get shrimp scampi, because it's just linguine and wine sauce and shrimp. What could go wrong? What did go wrong, you ask? Well, after about 6 hours, we get our lovely plates. Mine looked like it came off of the child's menu, which it definitely did not. It totally didn't. Now, the shrimp scampi that was presented to me was a child's portion of linguine with jumbo shrimp surrounding it. Already a red flag. I've never seen shrimp scampi with jumbo shrimp surrounding it. It's always inside of it. Always little shrimp inside of it. And I've asked everybody that has had shrimp scampi, they agree. So already red flag goes off. I go, wow, I only get 2 spoonfuls of shrimp, of linguine. Great. I put a shrimp in my mouth. And that motherfucker was spicy. Spicy, even like, I didn't even mention it when I ate it. I said, oh. And then I threw one to Pastor. And I just didn't say anything. He goes, this is spicy. I go, you see, what the hell? Shrimp scampi is never, ever, ever spicy.
Yeah.
No. I've eaten lots of it. This is the same bullshit that happened when we went to that stupid Italian restaurant in Ithaca that they would have gave us COVID because they just had people sneezing all over each other. They didn't even care.
Nah.
And they gave us dirty plates, I think.
Yeah.
So over there, we got penny vodka, and it was spicy. Another one where it was not even indicated. So, number one, these dishes are not supposed to be spicy. Number two, there was zero indication. I had indigestion, damn it. So I just gave all my shrimps away. Gave you a shrimp, gave this guy a shrimp. I was throwing at that kid next to the table. Hey, take a shrimp. Take a shrimp, buddy. Throwing them around. Go to the bathroom. Hey, here's a shrimp. Throwing it on somebody's plate. Because I can't eat them. What are they good for me? So then, this is something that people have combated me on, but I didn't like this. I thought this was disrespectful. The waitress takes our drinks, and she kept asking if she could top me off. And I was like, I was waiting for her to drag me into the bathroom, but I guess she just meant my drink.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, sure. And then she was like, here you go. Here's the drink. I'm like, oh, okay. We have 2 different definitions of that.
I definitely never heard any restaurant.
I never heard somebody say that, right?
Top me off. Nah,
Let me tell. I was like, what?
Yeah.
I was like, sure. Is that extra? So then Miss Topoff comes around. Well, actually, it was a different waitress before her.
Yeah.
And she goes, what are your drinks? I get a Coke. He gets whatever, raspberry, blah, blah, blah. And then it's time for Jay to get her drink. And she's like, what would you like? Jay goes, I'd like a simple ginger ale. The waitress goes, well, you are in trouble. You can get a ginger ale. Problem is, like everybody else here that's going to get a free refill, you can't. Because we get them from our bar, which comes in a can. So that means you can't get a free refill. What?
But the tone she had on it too.
No, it wasn't even a tone. I'm making it a tone.
No, it was serious. Like, she felt like she had an attitude.
So I'm like, what does that mean?
Yes.
You are a multi-million-dollar establishment. You can't pop an extra 1 or 2 fucking cans for the woman. You're already overcharging us for just sitting down, for just being in your presence, for just being in this wonderful establishment. You're already overcharging me for breathing the fucking Cheesecake Factory air. You can't pop an extra can. Stephanie, who told me? It was somebody was like, well, because they don't have it on tap, so that means they can't just give you a refill. Again, you're making millions of dollars. Pop an extra can for the girl. Everybody gets the free refills, and then she got to sit and watch us get free refills. She got to sip hers like it's the last fucking drink she'll ever have because she just can't get a free refill of ginger ale. Meanwhile, we go to the bar, right? We go to the bar at the hotel. 2 hours later, I get 5 Shirley Temples for free. 5. You know what's in that shit? Ginger ale for free. And we got one for free with alcohol in it. So we got 6 drinks. And these motherfuckers can't even pop an extra can. Are you serious? Pop an extra can, get that shit on tap, Do something because that is disrespectful. Am I wrong?
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to get a message from somebody that works at Cheesecake Factory. Well, you don't understand business. No, I understand. The customer's always right. All right? If we getting free refills, she didn't get like, let me get a strawberry daiquiri, then yeah, you don't get a refill on that.
Yeah.
But a ginger ale, come on, just pop the can. Give us one free refill. I'm not saying you got to pop 50 cans. Why don't you give us a one free refill? So then the bill comes.
How much was your bill?
I showed Pastor my bill. He almost fell out of his chair.
How much was
These motherfuckers charged me $30 for that shrimp scampi. $30? And then you're like, well, the Coke's involved. What's the Coke? What, $1? How much is the Coke? $30 for shrimp scampi? Never. Meanwhile, it's like this much, and the shrimp was spicy. And you're going to charge me $30. Pastor paid $18 for his turkey burger, which I think it should have been $15, in my opinion. He said it was great. He paid $18.
Okay.
I think it was overpriced. I've never paid $30 for shrimp scampi that I could remember. It was the one thing I will say is the flavor of the linguine was good. The sauce they put on it, it was cooked fine. The sauce was good, but overall, a dub.
He did like my meal.
The only reason, I liked your shrimp, which was not spicy. But your rice kind of sucked.
No, the rice sucked.
How do you fuck up rice? The one thing that I don't get how people do. How, as an establishment that is known for making food, making cheesecake nonetheless, which is probably a pretty intricate process,
Definitely
a delicate process.
Definitely is.
You got hard rice? I said, did they finish cooking this? Or are we supposed to finish it ourselves? Shit was hard, right?
Gotta bring your own pot.
I did everything in my power to not ruin this man's birthday dinner.
I basically text Jasmine and said, hey, this guy and Pastor obviously don't want to be here. You could just tell energy. And she just texts me back. She goes, yeah.
This place sucks.
We were like, yeah. And then even before that happened, we were like, he needs to work on not showing his stuff.
I tried to hide every bit of like unpleasant feeling in my body.
She's asked me plenty of times, does he know that other people know that how he feels?
But what I didn't express it.
But we can sense it.
Well,
that's expression.
I mean, I got maybe. I don't know if I'm not working too hard on that. That's up to you. Listen, I didn't say anything till we left.
Actually, you was getting hints. Tone of voice, body language. Yeah.
Well,
we noticed because we were texting each other like, yeah. And she was like,
I was having pleasant conversation though.
Yeah, you're fine.
I was having pleasant dinner. I didn't mention it.
No, body language. When you ask, how do you feel? What do you think? We can tell with the eyebrows.
No, I was really wanted to know.
We could tell with the eyebrows and everything. We were like, yeah, he doesn't like being here.
No, I did not like being the cheesecake. My dad doesn't like it. Nobody I know likes it except maybe like one person. Everybody I talked to, besides like one person, was like, Cheesecake Factory sucks. Overpriced. Not that great. The cheesecake's probably banging, but I couldn't get it that day.
Yeah.
Because I was shitting myself.
Yeah.
So I wish I could have got it. They gave you a decent piece of that.
They did.
And thank God, because I was like, well, what would the bill have been if I got it? 50? Like, bruh. No. And then the only thing cool was like the place might be haunted. And I say that lightly. I say that in jest mostly because it got mad cold out of nowhere. Like, and we weren't by any door or window. It got mad cold. Then I'm taking a piss in the bathroom by myself, all by myself.
Okay.
And the dryer where you stick your hand in, not the one under, nothing like, you have to stick your hand in, goes off while I'm peeing. And it stays on for a little while.
So how do you think that ghost got there? How did the person die?
That's easy. That's very easy.
Okay.
They were invited there for a birthday party.
Oh.
And they said, I've never been to this place. This is interesting. Let's try this. They got something like the shrimp scampi. And they said, well, this is it. I want to die now. And they killed themselves right at the table. They stabbed themselves. They broke the glass. And they slit their throat right at the table. and it was a big debacle.
So you were sitting in that same person that committed.
I was probably possessed by that person's spirit for the time being because I felt it.
I just thought it was a fat chick.
Doing what?
Just overate. The cheesecake was so good, she just died on the spot.
That's possible, but I don't think that's true. I think it's somebody who was did not like the experience, and they said, "This is too much for me to handle. I'll just kill myself now," which is what was going through my mind.
In my head, it was not even the worst place I've ever been to. So
no, it's not the worst place I've ever been to. I've brought you to worse places.
Yeah, you have.
But you didn't know. You liked it, so I don't know why you're saying it. You liked it.
I do. Apparently, when I don't, so a lot of people like to bring me to spots up where foods I've never had, and like that one in Ithaca when the plate was like and I liked it because I didn't know that's not how it was supposed to be made. So to me, it was like, it's good. I like spice. I thought it was supposed to be spice.
You also brag about this pizza place up in Utica, which everybody brags about.
It's good,
and the place is not good.
You also had it cold.
It was. I eat a lot of pizza cold. That doesn't make any sense because
I guess if you like cold pizza, that's fine.
I like cold pizza. It doesn't matter to me.
To me, it really does matter.
So you enjoy, but the point is, you enjoyed it, and I hid as much as I could. When we left the place, I exploded for sure.
No, you're exploding.
Yeah, I was in
now.
the parking lot. I was cursing up a storm in the parking lot.
Were you?
The fucking ginger ale.
Oh yeah.
So
this was the real exploding. I think that was just.
And then I called my dad, and he was laughing because he was like, "I can't believe you went there." That was he knew you were gonna like it though.
Why?
He just knew you were gonna like it.
Why?
We all knew you were gonna like it.
Why?
Because you like a lot of things. Like you're not. Like you just like a lot of food. Like I haven't run into. I do have like a lot never run into something that I can remember that you don't like. You are easy to please with food, and it's just like some people say it's an admirable trait. I say it's not because
see, the thing is, I know a lot of the places I've been with. Like I said, is culturally different. Like so, the things that I like are like part of like Jamaican food, Caribbean food. I know what those are supposed to taste like. Right.
Well, you know what pizza's supposed to taste like. And you grew up in the city.
Yes, and I would never say any of the pizza up here is even comparable.
Oh, at least you can say that.
Comparable. I know what tier is on, but for the tier it's on is good.
We've had better here.
Okay?
We've had way better here.
So, way better where?
We've had way better pizza here. I don't think you were there though. We had way better pizza than that place. That's your favorite place.
No, it's not my favorite. Slices.
You said it's your favorite place.
It's one. Why do people say it's? I
you
never
were going off about it.
I said it's one of my favorite places.
You said it was your favorite.
No, I never use the word it's my favorite. I don't have favorites. I have multiple favorites.
Are you indecisive?
No, just because everything is always different for a unique experience or a different experience. You can't compare every experience as the same.
You can.
No, you can't.
You can. Why not?
You can't.
Food is food.
No, you can't.
Why can't you?
Some places have. You ever been to a place where the food is great, but the service suck?
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the food. We're just talking about literally going there and eating the food. You can compare any food you want to any food. Doesn't matter. It's food's food. It tastes good.
There's different styles of everything. People make their things. Listen.
If it tastes good, it tastes good.
A deep dish is not the same thing as a thin slice.
But you can see which one's better.
Yes, you can.
So that's it. You can see which one's better. What are you talking about?
Within that comparison.
No, you can compare both.
Oh my goodness. Whatever.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I break it down
the
way more simpler.
The point is, you're not that hard to please, so we all knew you would like it.
Yeah.
There was no...
And at least the meal I got was actually good.
Your rice was bad.
I didn't care for the rice.
And it's like...
I stopped eating the rice.
For that price, everything should be great.
That's a fact. I agree.
Everything should be great.
I agree with that.
Yeah. But you had a good birthday.
Now ask me if I will go again.
You'll go again.
No, I won't.
You won't go again.
No, I won't.
You said you would go again.
For the cheesecake, yes.
You said it when we were sitting there, you'd go again. You said, I like the vibe, I would come back.
Yes, I did. But I wouldn't go. Let me rephrase it like this. If I had to choose that restaurant between multiple restaurants within that place, I would try something different. I wouldn't go there. That would not be it. If I was in that same location.
Rank the restaurant. Rank this restaurant, like, rate it. Give it a rating. I'm going to give it a 1. The menu is very expansive, which you would think is a good thing, but it's not. A very big menu in a restaurant is not a good sign.
I get that.
It usually means that there's like a lot of stuff frozen.
I have to say I will go again for the cheesecake.
Right. But let's say
that's what I'm saying. But for a whole full meal,
you won't go.
Nah, I would.
Well, this is shocking. This is a shocking development. Finally, there's some type of.
I thought about it after
taste.
I. First of all, I do have taste. I'm just sometimes too kind about it until I think about it later on.
Okay.
As I like I said, the cheesecake, when I was like, okay, yeah, now that's worth going back for. But there was that Texas spot downstairs.
Texas Roadhouse?
No. That it was like a Brazilian Texas.
Oh, the
spot.
Brazilian the steakhouse.
Steakhouse.
I was looking at that. I was like, I said, bro, I hope something really bad happens, or they lose our reservation, or there's a glitch and we cannot go.
That was actually my second spot.
We would have had so much fun there.
I was like, wow, that looks like great too. But I was like, I've never tried Cheesecake Factory, so let me try it once.
And that's why I didn't want to ruin it for you, because I knew that you didn't have it. So I didn't want to say anything.
So to rating for me, I would have to say, out of all the restaurants that I would go again by choice and say I want to eat here, it is definitely like a 1. The cheesecake.
Yeah, it's a 1. Thank you.
The cheesecake.
We can agree. Finally,
we can agree. The cheesecake is truly its gift.
That's it.
But I'm not gonna lie, that the way Pastor was talking about that turkey burger, I wouldn't mind trying that out.
Not for $18. They can kiss my ass.
Oh yeah, was he?
So you are not watching porn anymore. Why is that?
I just don't get it. I've been
okay. You sound flustered. Take a breath. It's okay. I told you we were going to talk about this. You sounded like I did not spring that on him. By the way, I did not spring that on him.
It's still an odd question. I don't watch porn because porn to me is just not entertaining.
That's it. Straight up.
It's just not entertaining. It doesn't give me any emotion.
It doesn't arouse you?
It doesn't arouse me.
Okay. All right.
I do much better with my imagination. I don't even, masturbate.
You don't masturbate at all anymore? Is there a reason for that?
Unless I'm in company of a person.
You masturbate. Why don't you just fuck them?
Sometimes I like to warm up. You never sometimes you like.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I don't always just go straight for the gun.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You're just talking about a couple.
Yeah.
You don't. I think you're talking about like they're in the corner. You're in the corner and just looking at them. That's what I thought you meant.
I mean, I might do that if she's in a nice dress or outfit. I'm like,
all right, whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats it.
It's not like I'm not going to be in there.
Yeah.
But so it's not thrilling. I don't see any and I also purposely worked on that part of myself
to not watch porn.
Yeah,
because
addiction, bro.
You were addicted to porn. Very common. I
was addicted since young, before even hitting my teens. So it was like,
me too.
I was like, yo, this is definitely a problem. And like I told you before, I'm a big Kevin Samuels fan, and he was like, you got to get R.I.P. He was like, you have to get in control of that. Like, if you want to be productive, you really want to be manage your time correct, like, get a hold of it. You don't realize how much energy you actually put into that until you pull back. That energy could be used for something else.
Right.
So, and it's true. Like, once I learned to stop doing it, anytime I feel that feeling, I go work on something. I go read something, and it's just like much more fulfilling.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The only struggles is like when that time of the month comes and I'm like, I don't.
Your period?
At this point, it's hours. So
she transfers her period over.
So
you're saying when you can't have sex, that's when the real temptation hits.
That's when it feels so annoying.
Yeah.
I feel so annoyed.
Well, then you could do what you said earlier. Just jerk off to her and just tell her, hey.
Nah.
Tell her, hey, dude, give me a twirl.
Nah.
Give me a 360.
360. A 360.
Well, I brought this up also because I'm not watching porn anymore.
What?
Out of nowhere, just like, wham.
How long?
Like a week.
Oh, that's not bad.
Something like that. But I'm not counting, though.
Okay, good.
I'm not counting.
That's how I started. I didn't count.
Now, there's pretty much 2 reasons why I'm not watching porn. And number 1 is, this is what usually happens with many things in my life, is I just got the straight up intuition, the urge to do it. No thought, really. Like, nothing that I can, like, nothing I can articulate other than the feeling that said, stop it, enough. Like, you should stop watching porn now. It's not like, oh, this is bad, this is like evil. That I'm not. I was not, and I will preface by saying this: I was not addicted to porn. I was probably late teens, very early 20s. Yeah. But I got that under control, which I will elaborate on in just a second.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm not saying that I will never watch porn again.
No.
I'm saying that right now it don't feel right.
Same.
Because I got that feeling like it was like culminating. It culminated. Like I would be watching porn and I'd be like, is this really what I want to be doing right now? Like, I don't even know if I want to be doing this. Like, this doesn't feel good anymore. Like, I just don't feel like this is right for me. Like, not saying anything's bad. I mean, there's a lot of negatives to porn if you are addicted to it.
Yeah.
You could make you look at women differently or men differently. Make you look at the opposite sex differently. It could warp your brain, especially if you are brought in, if you watch it from a very young age.
I did it all.
Like us. Thank God I never got that bad with porn. It was just like, when I say addiction, I mean I was just doing it like multiple times a day when I was younger, and it wasn't really affecting my life, only in a way to where I knew I wasn't reaching my full potential. Like I wasn't masturbating in public. I wasn't doing anything
Good
crazy.
For you.
I wasn't like, stopping a family dinner to go watch porn in the bathroom. It was just like at 19, 20, I had to have a conversation with myself, and I was like, are you reaching your full potential? No, because because one of the things you're doing is watching porn. Another thing you're doing is overeating, like stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was just a conversation I had with myself. So this kind of came back around now. And I thought to myself, I was like, okay, it's not that not that I'm not reaching my full potential now, but there's other stuff I could be doing right now, for sure. And this little time I'm spending watching porn, because it wasn't an addiction, but it was almost daily. Sometimes I can go days without it. It depends on the day. You know what I mean? It depended on the day. Mm-hmm. But there would be some times where I was like, I could be doing something else right now. I could be more productive than I am right now.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, like, well, the life that I want, I probably won't be able to watch porn that much. So why don't I just stop watching porn? Like, maybe I will. Yeah. But let me just see how it goes without me watching it. So I just kind of got the intuition. The second thing I thought while watching porn, which everybody goes through this, is like scrolling for the perfect clip. And while I was scrolling for the perfect clip, I thought to myself, it's very funny how this is how I react to porn now. Mm-hmm. But when you first find anything that resembles porn, you'll jerk off to anything.
That's
basically.
A fact.
And it's like, wow, how desensitized am I that I have to scroll like this, and I'll be in the middle of a clip and go, not for me. I mean, not saying everything's for everybody, but I'm pretty much looking at what I like.
No, I definitely like the way I think about women compared to before, because I always loved women, right? Always loved them. But I had this really, especially, I had this really thing because I'm great at sex. Like, great at sex. Like, I am like too focused to the point, like, I've gotten to the point where somebody I know was like, yo, you're really good at this, but you're not like emotionally here with me.
You're like a porn, like a robot.
Yeah, like basically like, no, not like even a robot. She could feel, like, her thing was like, if I want you to be aggressive, you do that. If I want you to be soft, you do that. If I want you to do anything I want, you'll do that. Like, I can switch. It's like acting to me. Oh, you needed me to like go this way, and and it's not the way other women complain, like pound, 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 pound. For me, it's like more of a massage. Like, it's a massage, and I just switch whatever the woman wants, whatever their zone is. I can match it. That's the true mastery for sex for me. It's not about sticking to one style. Like, right. For me, when I say addicted to porn, I mean I studied about massages. I studied about the different points in the body. Right? I studied the way you can please nipples in different ways.
Oh, that's not bad.
No. But a lot of people, like, it's not bad, but I'm saying it's like I got so technical with it, right? Like, it's never going to be hard to make.
Let me tell you, you're talking your way into a lot of fans right now.
It would never make it hard to have an orgasm. To me, I've never had that problem. Never. So, and
this doesn't sound like a bad thing at all.
No, I understand that, but there is a bad part to it, though. Like, and I know that is. At first, I was like, oh, this is not bad. Like, I'm really trying to understand the woman's body, right? The sciences, all the different veins and stuff like that, and my mindset.
The veins.
In the vagina, yeah.
Oh.
There's like way more than just clitoris, like massaging. There's massage techniques you can use.
Yeah, but it just veins stood out as an interesting phrase.
Nerves inside of it, all that stuff like that. Pounding, not being like some girls. Like I didn't want to be a guy that girls would be like, oh, you don't know how to do this thing if I tell you to do this
So
thing.
what's the bad part?
The bad part was how disconnected emotionally I was.
That's what I'm saying.
I was just
like a sex robot.
I'm saying you can feel like I will give you the feeling.
Yeah.
You will feel like I was there with you, but you wouldn't feel like I love you.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm not saying
you seem like you're like an AI sex robot,
bro. When
you do the technical.
But when people say like just robot, they're saying they don't feel anything. Women are saying to me that they feel me there. They feel the energy. They feel that I'm putting effort in. They feel that I know care, that. But they don't. They just know I'm not zoning out of it. I'm not letting myself be a part of it.
Yeah.
I am just there to make sure that.
What does that got to do with porn?
That's what I'm saying. All of that started with porn. So I had to step back and actually stop watching it. Stop trying to worry about the technique. Stop trying to worry about how, like the squat. Bro, I'll be sitting down and squatting like 100 to 200 squats.
Wow.
Dead ass. Doing the workouts for it. I'm not lying to you. Like it's be on the wall like squats. Yo, I'm going to keep I have to be able to do an hour to 2 hours, period. If I can't clock in an hour, I'm a soft bitch.
There you go.
That's in my brain. 10 minutes. That's
40
weak.
seconds.
40 seconds. Like to me, if I was to come, I've never been a minute man.
Right. Well, I don't want to say right like I know that. I don't know that for a fact.
I've never.
I've been struggling to not say right and yeah because I'm like, I don't want to look like I know any of this. I don't know any of that.
But my whole point is that like I had to like start getting into the emotional side and understanding my emotional capability and how much more powerful that is to be with a woman than the technical stuff. And now I'm learning how to master being like zoning into it and like letting myself. Being into it yourself. Like I used to never moan.
Now you moan.
Yeah, I'm
Does it sound like this?
Yes.
Whoa, you're going to spike the mic, bro. I got to edit this now. I wasn't planning on editing. Oh my God. This motherfucker here. Well, that's a pretty, I don't know how they would feel about that sound in their ear, but maybe some people like it. They like crows.
Oh yeah, crow. But so now that I'm a little bit, not even a little, much more in tune with my emotions, it just changed the entire experience. And yes. And I feel like any man that's listening to it, like definitely try to connect. But I also think if you are too emotional, definitely learn to be a little bit technical.
Right. Or a lot more technical. Some people aren't technical at all.
Yeah.
Like at all.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you get that. I'm not saying you get that complaint, but you hear that complaint a lot. Like a lot of guys just go straight to it. They don't really know what they're doing, and they just go straight to basically just fucking.
Yeah.
But they're not even fucking right. You know what I mean? You've heard that. If you've heard that,
I've heard it all the time, and that's why. And it was so funny.
That's why I don't understand. I don't understand how guys don't like foreplay.
Me neither.
To me,
I love foreplay.
Great.
I love foreplay.
We've talked about it on the Valentine's Day show. I'll do it all. I don't eat everybody's pussy though.
I get that.
I don't do that.
I get that.
Not everybody.
But
I love foreplay. So to me, that never was a problem.
Yeah.
It's a good way to warm it up. I mean, you have to. It's not even like it's negotiable.
It's not.
Well, there are girls that sometimes they just be like, just do it. Boom. I've ran into that.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, I never seen that.
Yeah, but
the girl was like, all right, let's go.
But they're very direct, and it's fine when they are like that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
that only happened one time.
You can't expect it to be the norm.
Yeah.
Because it's not the norm.
But most guys are robots in the other way, where they're like, I want my dick now in vagina. That's more caveman, not a robot.
Yeah, caveman.
Let me do that again. I want my dick in it now. Come.
And they never make them come. Never make them come.
That's something that I read about when I was looking at like what porn does to your brain, because I didn't identify with any of it. Like my point of view is just a time thing. Mm-hmm. It's always been that.
That was my problem too.
It's always been like, even though this is only taking 15 minutes, whatever, I could be doing something else. You know what I mean?
You know what?
I'm grateful that I never had I wasn't antisocial. It didn't really, maybe it did stuff to me that I will feel.
I was antisocial for a while.
Wow.
I was antisocial for a good minute.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because of porn.
Yeah.
Because I think it makes you view women a certain way, which, again, thank God it didn't make me do that. But maybe it has in a way that I don't know yet. That's the other thing I wanted to see. Like, what is it going to be like to never watch porn? Not that I'm not masturbating. I'm just not watching porn. I've
been through the antisocialness where I had it both ways, where it would like I had a partner, but still wasn't enough. I had it, still wasn't enough. I just did not understand why I was never feeling satisfied with her. Like I was like,
well, maybe she was doing something wrong.
She was never doing anything right for me. Like it's like when you grow, like
no matter what she did,
it was that, and then it was also the part of like, and this happened since I was a kid. That state, I thank God that I finally got out of this. What any hyper emotional thing negative would lead to masturbation.
Yeah, I used to use it as coping mechanism.
Like if I was depressed, if I was angry, I would go masturbate.
Yeah, I was there.
And it was like, oh,
not recently, but definitely before. Oh, yes. Yeah, before way.
Yes.
Like anything.
Yes. Any heightened emotion went to masturbation.
That's what I would go down the list at the time. I was like, well, food and porn, those were my two things at the time.
It was tragic.
Yeah.
It was tragic. And you know, because to me, like, my parents were responsible for, like, you know, introducing it to me more as like a sport.
A sport?
Yeah.
What does that mean? The family watches it together?
No. Wow, thank God. What I mean sport is that, what I mean by sport, in my growing up, like around my family, and the women would say this and the men would say this, just always around, you know, especially you have that black pressure too. It's like, you have to be good.
That should be your porn name.
Black pressure.
Black pressure.
Yo.
I'm about to put on the pressure.
Yo. But like, I had to be good. I remember my father saying this to me at a young age, around like 10. Yo, bro, you are legally blind. You have vision problems. When you get with a girl, you have to be the best she ever had.
Right.
She can think you the ugliest. She can think you the poorest. But if she opens her legs and you're there, you have to break her. You have to go longer.
And you're saying you have to go that hard.
Yeah, it turned into a sport.
You're saying that porn was the game footage.
Pretty much.
Boom.
That's all it was.
All right,
boom,
I got
boom,
you.
boom, boom. Okay,
I got
move.
you. So this is how you got to do it. He's showing you to go this way.
That's when the lesbian stuff came in. Yep.
Oh.
Eating box this way. Learning from women.
You got to learn. You can't learn from a guy. I know.
Never got to complain on that too. Never got to complain on that.
Yeah.
I have girl that, I'm not going to say that name, but we know, girl that's been with a girl. It's like, wow, you're really good at it. Of course. Like,
I don't think never from a guy. Never got a tip on eating box from a guy. So.
I got some tips from guys, but I never listened to it.
Yeah. Well, some guys don't even know where to go.
No, they don't know.
You know what I mean? Know. So, yeah, we'll see where this goes. We'll see where yours goes. Like yours seems more permanent than mine. I'm just like seeing where it goes, like what my spirit tells me to do.
You know what it is, bro? I'm finally at that place where I'm way more, because I've stepped away from that side of things. More ventures.
Spiritual.
No, more just adventures sexually have been coming my way. Allowing me to explore in ways I've never did before. And I'm not even thinking about it. I'm not seeking it out. It's just like, oh, yeah, like, okay, let's try it. Like, so it's more of that happening because my energy is never there. So, and then I also noticed when I did my attraction, because my energy is not like, I'm not draining my actual spiritual energy.
Porn.
So, so now I'm more attractive to people. Now people are like sensing more. It's like, I think it puts you, I think it makes you put out this like needy, depressed state of energy
when you're watching it.
And people, whether they know what they're sensing from you or not, they know.
Interesting.
It's there.
Interesting.
Because since I've stopped in the last 2 years, it's been more like even just more interactions on the opposite gender and just people in general. So I'm like, oh, okay.
It's definitely a slippery slope because you know people that are addicted to porn that you would never get that vibe from. And then there's people you could read it all over their face.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, I
feel like you could have read it all on my face.
I don't know. I don't think so.
Really?
I don't know. I would just think you were a sex addict. I didn't think you were a porn addict. I mean, that goes hand in hand, I think. But like, you're not like you didn't seem like a shut-in, always jerking off. You know what I mean?
I was there.
Like, so... It's just very interesting. We'll see where this goes. Another thing I thought about it came to like it just another aha moment.
Yeah.
The other day, and this may shock everybody, aka it won't at all. Definitely not you. No. But something that has also been culminating. It's definitely something I've also there's also something that has come to my mind before, and I've definitely worked on mitigating it and lessening it.
Yeah.
But it's come back around again where I'm like, okay, you're still doing it. Maybe not as bad, but like I'm coming more conscious of it is what I'm saying. Is I noticed that not only like, this may sound crazy.
Okay.
Not only do I say I'm a negative thinker, I'm addicted to thinking negative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It means like, no matter what's going on, I'm always looking for something negative to think about it.
That's so funny.
And you know what I think I realize it is, though? And it's always like, I'm not talking about going to Cheesecake Factory. I'm talking about life. What I think it is I have the kind of brain where I'm always looking.
Everything sucks.
No, I have the brain where I'm always, I think I went through this in therapy when I first went to therapy. Mm-hmm. I'm always ready for something. Like I'm always looking out for danger.
Yes.
I'm always trying to be ready for something bad to happen, so I'm prepared is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So I think that's where some of the negative...
That's very common.
I think that's where some of the negative, where the addiction to it comes, because I'm like, okay, any situation I'm thinking about, I'm like, well, what could go wrong here? Mm-hmm. Like I need to know what could go wrong, so I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
And then anything, like I can't just let a day go by peacefully. Because I feel like something bad's gonna happen if I do that. Mm-hmm. Like I feel like it's kind of sick, but this is what I'm saying. Like I'll just be sitting there having a great day.
We have that in common, dude.
And then I'll be like, no, this is too good. Something's up. Like something's about to go down. Or like if I get like something really good happens to me, then I'm like, I don't like the way this smells. Like something like if this is happening, then something negative is about to happen, or I better. And then I start thinking about what it is, and I better be ready for it. That's mostly, I think, what it is. Like me going through situations like, okay, well, this negative thing's going to happen, then I have to be ready for it. So then I could prepare. Like when I was moving, when I didn't know where I was going to live, like I just thought about every possible way to maneuver my life. You know what I mean? Like in that situation, it's probably the best thought process.
Oh, no, I think in a
but you saw
comfortable
it was,
position that could be useful.
Yeah.
When it's like an everyday thing.
No, it's like, constant. It's constant.
When you're waking up and you're cooking, you're like, damn, this day can go wrong. And
it's like I feel the relief. Like when I heard the analogy of like when you become more conscious, you feel like your head's above water, and then when you sink back down, you're unconscious.
Yep.
I feel that head above water, and then I go, I drag myself down. I go, well, this is going wrong, so you better think about that. Mm-hmm. So you're either ready for that, or so you can fix that. And a lot of the stuff can't be fixed. Yeah. A lot of things I'm thinking about is something I cannot fix right now, or is out of my control, which is what a lot of it is. So I'm thinking like I'm tripping.
You're making me think about all my therapy sessions on this subject, because we are very much the same on that one.
You think so?
Yeah, hell yeah. Everything you said, I was like, yep, that's pretty me. I'm further along with it. Probably because of like the active work I do, right? Because I've been aware of it, and I've made myself aware of it. And after that last breakup, I was like, oh, way more aware of it. Like, I thank God you don't do this to me. But typically, if people are like being negative, I reject them.
Well, you should.
No, but yeah, of course you should, right? But I'm saying that used to be really hard, and it's still difficult. I'm still learning how to, but I have to remind myself every day to be grateful. Every day.
Yeah, I have to practice. I practice gratitude all the time. I pray every morning, every night, and just
constantly.
Thank my
and you send me a lot of freaking videos, but I just say a lot of I love you, love myself, and just a bunch of reminding myself like, oh, I don't have control, and then laugh. I don't have control over this, and then laugh about it.
I'll have the same thing where I'll be like, what are you doing? Yeah. And I'll just laugh. I'll be like, you're tripping. Or like a lot of times it'll be a spiral. Yeah. It'll be like something very small will happen, and I'll be like, and in 10 seconds, I took it to the farthest extent of how bad it could be. And 99.999% of the time, it'll never happen. It's like this, I think the guy's name is Sad Guru, whatever. Yeah. The perfect analogy is you're watching horror movies in your head and then believing them. That's a perfect analogy.
That's perfect. That really is.
Like, it's like, let's say let's say your girl doesn't text. I'm not saying you would do this, but let's say your girlfriend doesn't text you all day, and then. But my brain, if something like that would happen, would be like immediately like, well, what's going on? Like something
that
bad.
Was my brain.
Maybe not even cheating. Maybe she just got hit by a fucking bus. And then now, like, they don't, like, her phone got destroyed. She's in the hospital. And then they can't get a hold of me. Like, that's just like, my brain would take that with almost everything that is slightly like, that could, like, if my spidey senses go up about something, I already thought about 50 different ways of how horrible it could have went. And it never happens.
That's actually one of the biggest.
I get fooled every time, and like at this point, I go, "Are you dumb?" Because every single time that the reality of the situation comes about, you get proven wrong
all the time
in a good way.
Yeah,
and this is something I've struggled with for years, but like I feel like the last couple months, I'm like tired of it. The same way I like with porn, I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like I know this is not good. This is not getting me anywhere. And this is hurting me more than porn. I'd rather watch porn than do this.
I like to think of it like the things that make me. I like to look for the things that make me tired. Like if whatever. That's how I started off. Like trying to like. Now I have way more energy. That's how I started off figuring out in my life how to be much more positive. Is figuring out what was the things that were like exhausting me. And once I figured out what was exhausting me, like what you just said, and like that negative, because that was like in my past relationship. Oh, she's not texting me. She's not responding. She's not doing this. And I have that same sometimes smaller now in this relationship. I'm like, she's not. But like now I turn it into a cutesy thing.
I never thought the word cutesy would come out of your mouth.
Yeah, well, it just came out of my mouth. I just turned into like this cute thing and interaction, right? Instead of me going, oh, she's doing something. She's not giving me attention. Maybe I'll text her, but I miss you, right? Because that's what it really was. It was like, I miss you. But I want you to text me.
Yeah.
I want you to do these things that I'm not willing to do. A lot of it is like self-reflecting. Like, oh, so a lot of, depending on the person, for me, it was self-reflecting. I didn't like the things. I wanted the person to give me all these things I wanted. But I could have just said, I miss you. I could have just said how you're doing. I could have just said.
And you weren't even acting the way you want to be treated, basically.
Exactly.
Saying. So it's like, how could you even...
Who am I to, I'm
request
like, I'm requesting something and I'm not even acting on it.
Closed mouths.
Don't get fed.
Don't get fed. I wish my mouth would close at the Cheesecake Factory. So, yeah, I get you, though. We're on the same level, which we usually are with a lot of things.
Facts.
But it's come to a point where I'm like, bro, like, this has to stop. I'm fed up with it because I'll ruin just days. Like, there'll be spirals that'll last 2 days. And I'll be like, bro, what is wrong with you? Like, I'll probably talk about one because Clay would probably be better to talk about this with because he was involved in one. So I feel like it may come up when I'm with Clay, but something happened not too long ago that I was like, wow, that made me spiral a little bit. So I'll probably talk about that with Clay, but yeah.
Can't wait to hear it.
2 days will go by and I'll just be like, bro, like, you see that way that ended was none of the endings you predicted was how that ended.
Never does.
And it usually ends well. And then it's like, well, if something bad happens, how can I stop it? How can I predict it? Like, you can't predict tragedy, really. You know what I mean? You can't really predict that stuff. So if something bad, really bad is going to happen, it's going to happen anyway. So there's no point in me tripping. So I'm tired of ruining my days is what I'm saying. I'm tired of ruining my life. Because the last thing I want to do is what also I thought is look back on my deathbed if I have that kind of death where I'm like slowly going and I'm like, bro, look at the life you had. Mm-hmm. Look at how much, look, I'm so grateful. It is insane. I have so many great things in my life. It is not even, it also makes me feel kind of disgusted to think the way I think because I'm like, I could see it if your life was a shit. Then I could see you thinking like this, talking to myself. But my life is not shit at all. My life is great. I mean, there's things everybody needs to work on and other things I would like, but those things, the things I want come with time.
That's a fact.
So the worst thing I could think of, though, is being on my deathbed and being like, look how great your life was. Now look how you felt during all that. You wasted it. You had all this in front of you. And internally, you were beating yourself up. You were thinking the worst. And you wasted a life. You wasted a great life. So I'm not trying to do that.
I feel you.
Yeah.
I feel you. I 100% agree with that.
You know what else I'm not trying to do?
What you not trying to do?
I'm not trying to fall into a vat of chocolate in a chocolate factory.
Who did that?
Well, that happened. That happened in Pennsylvania a couple of days ago.
Hershey Park?
Not Hershey Park. It was in the Mars M&M's factory. And two guys fell into a vat of chocolate Willy Wonka style.
Lit.
Yeah, lit. I mean, they had to get cut out of the chocolate vat.
Well, they survived?
They survived.
Lit.
So they fell in because apparently they weren't trained to do whatever they were doing. So they both fell in. And then they got cut out of the chocolate vat. One got airlifted to the hospital and one went to the hospital. I think they're both alive. I think they're both fine. But I got questions.
Coolest story.
Number one, what are you doing that you end up falling into it? Like maybe they were cleaning something, doing maintenance on something.
Maybe.
But how do both of you fall? Is it like one of them falls and the other one goes to grab them and they fall? One falls and grabs the other guy out of desperation and they both fall? Or does one fall and the other guy goes, I got you, man, and jumps in to save him? Either way, neither one of them got out. So they had to get cut out.
So it was like really hot chocolate. And
I don't think it was hot.
Like, how did it get?
I don't know if it was hot. I doubt it was hot because they didn't say anything about burns.
I was wondering how they got encased. I thought it was like a heat thing or something.
No, it's like a big tub.
Okay.
It's a big tub, but just like picture like some like Augustus Gloop falling into the Willy Wonka River.
Okay.
It's like a big vat.
Okay.
Like the Joker.
Yeah.
Like how he fell into the vat of acid.
Okay.
So it's like that, but with chocolate. And then they had to get him out. So my other question is so they end up in there. What happens to the chocolate now? Because I have a sneaking suspicion, knowing how big business works.
Oh, no. People are eating that
chocolate is going right back into circulation, baby.
Oh, yeah.
So the next time you take a bite out of a M&M and there's like a hair up in there, that was from Bob that fell in the vat a week ago. So don't be surprised if you get like a fingernail, you get a hair. Hopefully it's not a pube.
Definitely got those in there.
But like, damn, what a situation. Then you got to explain that to somebody, to your wife. I fell in the vat.
That's funny. I know their family members are definitely laughing.
Can you sue for that?
Depending.
If they
had them doing a job that they weren't supposed to be doing,
yeah,
they could sue.
And then what? They just get like a lifetime supply of M&Ms?
Nah, they probably just get a payment. They probably get a nice.
Are you licking yourself in the ambulance? I would.
Me too.
But what kind of injuries did they get? They didn't say. Like, what can happen?
I want to know how the chocolate turns solid.
What do you mean?
I still don't understand how
it's liquid. Solid.
But how does it turn solid? Okay, so you telling me
after that?
Yes.
I don't know. You got to watch how it's made, dude.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, so how did this happen that they got turned into a solid product? Like you said, they fell into chocolate. I'm like, okay, well then swim up.
Yeah, it was maybe it was too deep. They had to get him out. They had to get him out of the side.
Something has to happen.
They didn't take him out of the top. They got him out. They cut him out. They and then chocolate was like all over the ground, and that's going right back in your chocolate bar, right back in your Mars bar.
Of course.
Yeah. So what an unfortunate situation.
Unfortunate,
but some real Willy Wonka type shit.
They could have suffocated by chocolate.
That might have been that. Yeah, because it's really thick.
Yeah.
You can't just So
I wonder if they just broke the mouthpieces. Like were they like a body? Were their body shaped in the chocolate? I got to see pictures of this.
There's been not a lot of detail, which I'm very upset about.
Damn, man.
Yeah. But the chocolate incidents do not stop. In London, a man robbed the Cadbury eggs factory of 200,000 chocolate eggs.
Okay.
My man got away with 200,000. He broke into the factory with some metal cutter.
Okay.
And put them in a trailer or something and made it on the highway. And I guess he may have been driving erratic or something, and they stopped him and they caught him with all the eggs. So not even the chocolate eggs are safe right now. They're even trying to get them smuggled around. Yeah. So the regular eggs are in trouble. Now what are the plans afterwards? Are you playing the Easter Bunny? Are you going to go from house to house? Or are you eating them all? Are you selling them? Where are you selling these?
That makes sense, though, because I believe in that side of the world, across the pond, they actually are having a lot of problems with like selling their own products and stuff like that. So they probably get a nice little decent price for those things.
So you're saying they just sell in the black market of chocolate?
Have to, because those are definitely, because you can't. I think they have like a they can't sell products without this certificate from the outside to other merchants outside the country.
Who can't?
The whoever is a store owner or who makes products. Like I believe I was just watching a story about this man who's a carpet designer. He sells carpets, and he was just saying how he has to get a certificate for every product just to sell it outside of the country.
Interesting.
And that's how a lot of these businesses make money.
So what do you think? You think this guy stole them to put them on eBay?
Probably stole them probably because people are poor, they're hungry, and probably all this stuff.
He can sell them for nothing because he stole them.
Yeah, exactly.
200,000 eggs.
Yeah.
How do you even pull that heist off? And what a shame he gets caught. How great would it have been for him to just go? You know, for them never to find that. I wouldn't have been mad. I want to see the movie.
I want to see the
movie. But now the movie's gonna suck because he got caught.
Well, there's another movie that came out.
What?
Cocaine Bear.
Oh yeah, the trailer looks interesting, but it's not a movie I would want to go see. It'd be a movie like, I could see it for free right now. I'll watch it for free.
Same.
I'm not gonna go. It's not like Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, where I'm like, I need to see this right now. Not like that at all.
They just took a real story and just fantasized it.
Yeah, apparently it was a real story, which I don't know much. I'm sure Joe Rogan knows all about it.
Yeah,
that seems like his kind of territory.
I forgot the drug dealer's name, but he just was flying and then dropped a bunch of cocaine because the plane was too heavy.
From a cartel?
Yeah.
Okay, it has to be.
Just dropped it down, and he was planning to go back to it, but then they found. Yeah. Somebody found the thing, and they found this, but the bear had died. From what my knowledge.
After that?
Yeah, he there was no rampage.
Oh, he didn't cause a ruck. It's based off of true events.
Yeah.
Like a Lifetime.
Yeah.
Based off true events. It looks interesting. Doesn't look like anything I'd want to see right off the bat. There's many other things I'd watch before that. Many other things. Easter's coming up. I
don't celebrate Easter.
You claim.
I don't celebrate Easter.
You claim that Cupid is a child predator.
Uh-huh.
Right? You don't like Santa Claus.
No.
You don't. What is your beef with him?
It's just a pagan holiday.
But what's your problem with Santa?
My problem with Santa? I don't really have a problem with Santa.
Uh-huh.
Right.
What about the Easter Bunny?
Do
you like him?
I don't have a problem with it. I just don't
celebrate. So it's only Cupid you don't like?
I just don't like Cupid.
That's it?
Yeah.
So you...
if the Easter Bunny can slide? I don't celebrate none of these stuff. So.
Okay. So you won't be celebrating Easter. You won't be indulging in the eggs.
No, I never do.
Well, let me tell you.
But I will say, if other people are doing stuff like that, I participate when other people are for a reason. If people if you was doing a video on something, yes. If it's for funny, jokes
you do. You do.
Yeah, but if it's just like my own, no.
Because you don't want to worship the devil.
I don't worship. Well, it's not. We're not supposed to be. Never mind.
You can say it.
You're not supposed to be celebrating pagan holidays.
Yeah.
So I don't celebrate them.
Yeah. Well, I'm celebrating Easter.
Yeah, of course you do.
Because
Catholic.
Yeah, because last night, very spur of the moment purchase. This is an exclusive.
Okay.
So, because you made it to the end of the show, you know this is happening. But I don't know when or like in what form. I don't know if we're gonna try it on the show. I don't know if it's gonna be a Friday video or whatever. But I purchased the new Pepsi flavored Peeps.
You know what I do like?
Not Pepsi flavored Peeps. What the hell? I'm having a stroke. Peeps flavored Pepsi.
I'll try that.
You'll try that.
Hey, see if they got the Oreos back out.
Oreo what?
Peeps.
I'll look for that. I
love those.
You can see
things.
Justin trying Dr. Pepper Peeps on the channel somewhere. It's in one of the. I think it's in the. It's in the video where we do the Mountain Dew. You can see it in that. So I bought that. So we'll see when that comes up. You'll see it on the show sometime. Make sure that you follow us on the Gritty Knows Best Instaham. Go to youtube.com/@GKBPOD if you're not already on the YouTube channel. If you are, then just know that we are on Spotify. We are on Apple. We're pretty much everywhere except the Cheesecake Factory. You have anything you want to say?
Yo, follow me on Mo's Great Adventures on Instagram.
Right. What about TikTok?
Oh, I always forget my name on TikTok.
So fuck it.
All
right.
You see me, you see me.
Peace and love. What is that? You threatening them? That's a
like
threat.
and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe.
There you go.
Peace and love. See you next time.
Punch you in the face.
Wow.